Welcome to Short Sale Coach. We are talking about buyer's proof of funding and what are the required documents for a buyer if your buyer is a person. So if you have questions, let me know, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. I will always do my best to help. So if the buyer of a short sale is a human or humans, meaning people who are purchasing the home, and that means that the name that's written on the purchase and sale contract is their names of the people. It sounds straightforward, but you guys, it's not. So if it's actually the names of the people on the purchase and sale, you have to obviously submit a fully executed purchase and sale agreement with all of their signatures. And then you also have to submit their proof of funding. Depending on what type of financing the buyer is using, they have to submit either a pre-approval letter or what's called a proof of funding. So if the buyer is using a loan, they will have a pre-approval letter from their lender. It's very important that the pre-approval letter be dated within the most recent 30 days and that you keep that letter updated the entire time. That letter expiring can cause the process to kind of come to a halt. So you can be proactive in having your buyer's lender or reminding the buyer's agent to keep the buyer's lender updating that letter. So you need to have an updated pre-approval letter. The pre-approval letter needs to say the amount of the loan that they're receiving and what kind of a loan it is. Like it'll say conventional loan, they're receiving $320,000 in a loan. What that will do is it'll also create the amount of down payment that the buyer is making. Most short sale lenders will require that the buyer show proof of the down payment as well. And so that needs to come in one of two forms. It can come in a bank statement form where the buyer submits and shows the seller's lender that they have the funds sitting in a bank account. That bank account needs to show their name on it and show that those funds are connected to them. Sometimes buyers are a little uncomfortable submitting their full bank account. And so the alternative to that is to have a representative from the buyer's bank write a letter on their bank's letterhead listing out that amount of money is available in the account. And it can just be a short letter that says, Sally Jones has $36,000 available in a checking account with us. And then you can kind of have a bank teller write that letter. And so that's how you kind of do the proof of down payment. So if you're using financing, you should have a pre-approval letter and a proof of down payment. If the buyer is using cash, then all they have to do is submit the proof of funding for the cash. And again, that's similar to the proof of funding for a down payment. That can be in the form of a bank statement showing that the funds are available, or it can be on letterhead written by their bank's representative stating that the available funds are available. I would caution, if the buyer is paying cash, I would caution against showing the mortgage servicer that there's like a ton more than the purchase price of cash sitting in an account, right? You always want to do everything you can to minimize counter offers and not indicate to the lender, oh, great news, there's a bunch of extra money here. So if the buyer is using cash and they have a bank account that has a higher balance than the purchase price, I would suggest going the letterhead route and just have the bank rep write the letter saying the available funds are there. And then again, most important thing, make sure everything is dated within the most 30 days and that you keep those letters updated the entire time. Make sure the buyer's names are spelled right and that there's no discrepancies between what you listed in the purchase and sale and the proof of funding that you submit.